Hi there and welcome to my channel. Today's project is for the VICKI BOUTIN design team, and I'm going to show you a little layout that took a twist along the way, but it's based on the colors that VICKI is using for this month's challenge on the VICKI BOUTIN, this mixed media community over on Facebook. So let me just show you what I did. I have this cut file from Just Nick, and I have formed sort of an S on the paper. And I love these flowers, and I've already backed them from another project, but they don't make it onto the page. But I'm gonna use them for the beginning. Like I said, this video changed along the way, just to give me an idea where I wanna emboss some of this stamping circle that comes in one of Vicky's, or should I say, the latest stamp release that Vicky had. So all I'm doing right now is using some embossing ink to just add some circles. My idea was to add them around the S. I wanted them to look like little dandelions, you can say, behind the flowers. And all I'm doing, like I said, is you see is I'm using my ink, and I'm just placing them there. After that, I'm gonna use, actually I'm using Snow White powder, embossing powder, because I wanted to show, I want these little things, like I said, my idea was to have them like dandelions behind the flowers. So all I'm doing is just adding the powder, and then I'm going to use my heat gun just to, melt the powder and have the paper embossed. Once that was ready, and I'm using, actually, this is a foundation paper that was Yeso. Once I have that done, I am bringing in some of the watercolors. I wanted to create sort of like a greenish background mixed with the teal. The picture that I'm scrapping is one of my mom and my niece, and they always like to play around. And my niece is wearing this really light blue teal kind of shirt, and I wanted to pick up that color, and I also wanted to kind of create a background for the flowers. So as you see right now, I'm mixing colors 13, 12, and 8 from the watercolor set, and all I'm doing, you're gonna see, is I am literally gonna just wash the color onto the page. So I'm using brush number 10 from Vicky's paint brushes, the new release too, and this is the thicker round brush, and all I'm doing is picking up color and water, and I'm lifting the paper so that the color literally runs on the page. And all I'm doing is with the brush adding more color and some water and just helping it guide the color along the way. And I'm gonna do this for the entire surrounding of where the flowers is at. You're gonna see that there's no rhyme or reason. All I'm doing is actually not even, the paper's not even on the mat. It's actually, I'm holding it, and like I said, I'm just putting paint and water, and I'm just lifting it and guiding. I'm using the brush to guide the paper. So I want the paint the paint just to drip along the flowers. I want the flowers to pop out and also to shadow. I don't know if it's a little bit hard to say, but I just want them to be noticeable without a sticking out kind of thing. And as you see right now, all I'm doing is just guiding color along the way. And once I am happy with what the background looks like, I'm going to start adding different shades of this same green. And all I'm doing again is just to the base that I have, I'm adding some more blue, some more teal, and the same thing. I'm just guiding the paint around by lifting and rotating the paper. So there's going to be plenty of water on the page. And it took a while, and you're gonna see there's when I'm showing you the picture, a little bit of a bend, and it's because I used quite a bit of water to do this. Now, once I was happy what it looked like, I'm not crazy about round edges when I do watercolor. I want them to look a little bit messy. So I'm using the finest brush and the paintbrush set just to mess up the edges and add some droplets of paint. So like I said, a little bit messy. Along the way, I'm gonna start adding some more of those droplets inside of the flowers and bringing some of those darker tones onto the little, I'm gonna call them flowers because that was my idea, to the circles, just so there's more definition on the lines. And that's pretty much about it. Like this, I'm gonna say it took no time. It did take a little bit of time because, like I said, I put a lot of water. I sped it up quite a bit, but it actually was fun, and that's pretty much what the entire background is gonna look like. I think I put not a lot of work, but I like the colors. I like the combination. It picks a lot of the colors that Vicky has issued in her challenge. If you have not part of the community, the mixed media community, the VICKI BOUTIN mixed media community on Facebook, come join us. There's a lot of fun there. There's a lot of inspiration being shared, and the ladies that are part of the group are amazing. So come join us. And actually right now there's this challenge, and the colors that this layout uses are based on the colors that of the challenge. So So as you can see right now, all I'm doing is adding more color, darker shades, you can say, of the color, just to bring those circles out, to punch a little bit more of the background too. Don't forget that when you use watercolor, it tends to dry lighter than when you put it on, especially in this case. And because I have yeso at the bottom, so it's like the yeso is gonna lighten up the color. Once that was done, I'm using a baby wipe just to buff a little bit of the embossed surfaces. I want, like I said, I want definition on that. Now here's when the layout took a turn, and I like the flowers that I created, and they'll show up in a project soon. But it wasn't too, when I put them down to set up the page, I wasn't too happy the way they looked like. So I went and I picked up this other background from Just Nick Studio. I don't remember the name, but I'll link it at the bottom of this video. And I welded two of the backgrounds together to create this sort of a wave of flowers. And I like the way the shape looked, because it actually coincided with how the background was set up. And as you can see, all I did is I pulled all the pink papers and those rich warm tones that are similar to the ones in the colors that Vicky has issued the challenge, just to create the background. And all I did is straight backing of the cutout. So just some glue around the edge of the flower, and I put the paper underneath and cut around it. And I also used some vellum and a little bit of some of that teal greenish tone, just to break a little bit of the pink. After that, as you can see, I used some vellum again behind the picture, and another paper, one of those green papers, just because I wanted the picture to stand out. And all I did is prop the picture and the flowers with some foam adhesive, and actually kind of tuck the picture underneath the cutout. After that, it's gonna come to embellishing. And all I'm adding is, I had this idea of the title being Sweet Moments. So I'm adding the foam word stickers, and then I'm just using those little skinny black stickers that are from the All the Good Things collection. Once I had that done, I realized that the layer was bottom heavy. So to line up a little bit, I cut around a 1/2 inch from the top of the layout. And then I glued this, I can't remember the name, the steel paper at the bottom of the page. And that's just gonna raise a little bit, like, you know, where the picture placement is at. And after that, I'm just gonna add a few sentiments at the bottom of where the green teal line is at. But before I do that, I needed to break all those flowers. I needed to create, it just didn't look just like a set of flowers. It's always leaves. So I'm adding some of the watercolor leaves around the page, and I think that's gonna give me enough of a break of the flowers. Once, until that, I set it there and I mull over what it looked like. I'm just, like I said, added a few sentiments to the page, a few stickers. The enamel dots are perfect, actually the colors that I was looking for, and I'm happy with what it looks like. But I didn't want to leave in black and white, so what I'm doing is I'm bringing the watercolors that I already had used. Like I said, I was lucky to find this palette at the dollar store, and it comes with a lid. So while I'm working with a project, all I do is lid it, and I can use the colors along the way, and you never know when I'm gonna use it. So I just leave them there, and all I'm doing is bringing them back, activating them with one of the water brushes, and I'm just adding a little bit of color to the leaves, and that's just gonna make them pop and actually break some of the flowers. After that, a few more sentiments, and what I decided to do is add a few more enamel dots to the centers of some of the little embossed dandelions or circles that showed in the background, just to bring them out. And as I was working, you know what, I'm thinking spring, I'm thinking butterflies, even though we're in like horrible snowstorm here in Southern Ontario right now. So I just, again, I brought one of the watercolor stickers, and I'm using the same watercolors that I have on the palette, just to like literally color. It took my time, so I'm speeding it up. I'm gonna cut some parts of it because I took my time, I detailed it, but I wanted all of them in these cool colors, just to contrast with all the flowers and that red and those pinks. And that's pretty much about it. One thing that did not make it to the camera, because I think the battery died, is that I'm using some rose gold glaze, and all I did is bring a little bit of it. I actually put it in the palette. I think that's as far as the recording goes, and I watered it down with the water brush, and then just added some droplets around the picture, and also added a little bit of sheen to the center of the flowers that actually surrounded the picture. And that's about it. I added a few lines of journal, and I called it done. And I had fun with this. Literally, even though my idea changed along the way, and I feel bad for those flowers because it's like the third project they have not made it to, but I'm sure I'm gonna work something with them. But this is it. I love the background. I love those cool colors and the contrast that it has with those pinks and those on the flowers. Simple, not hard, a little bit time consuming just because I said it took a while to try this up, but I love it. I love the colors, very springy. Try it. It's super simple. Like I said, there's no detailing on the background. It's very easy. I love it. Love, love, love. Don't forget to check out Vicky's stuff. Stuff is amazing. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. I would love to help you. Take care.